down with them. I can't believe he's doing this. He's not even a professional player.
things heat, fireplaces, stoves, outdoor living, and more, and always providing quality expert service. Give them a call today at 879-7614 to schedule a service appointment or consultation for a whole new look. Hot Stuff proudly supports Steamboat Sailors basketball and are happy to keep the locals in the valley safe and warm. Hot Stuff Hearth and Home, located just off of Highway 40 next to Walgreens.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
This is Steamboat Sailors Basketball, brought to you by Yampa Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, The Corner Slice, Mountain View Car Wash, Russell's Auto Salon, Steamboat Ace Hardware, UC Health at Yampa Valley Medical Center, Chris Puckett at the downtown Edward Jones office, Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rentals, and Mountain Mattress and Furniture.
Now let's go to the booth for the call of Steamboat Sailors Basketball.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lowen Epstein, live in the booth here. Apologies, we missed the first quarter of this opening season game for the Steamboat Sailors, but we're back live. 6:01 to play. Sailors up 12-11 against Woodland Park, and what should be a good game. I'm in the booth with Ryan Hansen today. Ryan, you're going to be joining me for most of the season. Thanks. Are you excited?
Absolutely. You know, I'm really excited to get out there with you, call some games, have some fun.
Me too. Now, this Sailors team looks a lot different from the one last year. Talk for a little bit just about the expectations and how and the changes that are going to occur throughout the length of this season.
Yeah, you know, obviously we have a lot of younger guys coming up in the program, namely Eric Pollard, Jackson Metzler, Granger Rowan, coming up from JV last year due to the loss of multiple seniors, namely Mac Renicker, Tyler Doyne, Aiden Knaus, and such. And but they have developed pretty quick and have surely filled their starting spots.
And right off the bat, it's going to be Dawson Linquist, sends it into the corner. 3-ball there, that's a miss. Rebound, Eric Pollard, and the 6'7" junior is able to put it in for a nice bucket. Sailors go up by 3, 6:15 and counting now. Woodland Park traveling all the way. That's a decent drive there, Ryan.
That's a nice drive. They came a long way for the tournament.
We were talking a little bit earlier. They play in a conference that has the likes of Canyon City, teams like that. They're in a tough conference. This is a good team the Sailors are playing to kick off the season. And whistle's going to be blown here. It looks like it's going to be a foul on Woodland Park. Indeed, it will be. So the Sailors are going to inbound this. It'll be Ethan Piles from the far side. Checking in, number 20.
Yeah, number 20, that's Jackson Metzler coming in with the nice floater there.
Jackson Metzler with the floater, misses it, and it's going to be Woodland Park now, moving it left to right on your radio dial. So, in the all-gray uniforms, gray stripes, gray lettering, and the green piping down the sides, Woodland Park trying to post up here, no good. Rebound going to be grabbed by Ethan Piles. Piles wearing number 5 for the Sailors. He's going to flip it over to Metzler. Metzler looks for someone to go with it. Now goes back to Piles. Work it around the horn. It's going to be over to Dawson Linquist. Drives the baseline, puts up a shot, and one. Dawson Linquist, let's talk about him for a moment, Ryan. As coming into the season, a lot of people's prediction for what could be the Western Slope Player of the Year, much like how Mac Winokur won it last year. Talk a little bit. What's different about his game that he brings to the table?
Yeah, Dawson really brings back kind of that throwback post mentality. Really works a lot of hook spin moves and that type of deal in the post, especially when he gets a mismatch with a smaller guard and things like that. But he also really brings it on the defensive end. He's typically guarding the number one scorer of the opposing team.
And right as you say that, he makes a good defensive effort to tip that ball out of bounds. Woodland Park's going to throw it in now in the offensive zone. It'll be Chris Riley, the senior, number 12 for Woodland Park. Chris Riley looks for someone to go with the ball, sends it up top. That'll be caught by Bryson Cox. Cox now back to Riley. He's going to dribble with his left hand, go up for a layup, and he puts a nice floater off the backboard, and that one goes in. 4:08 left to play. Sailors lead 16-13. Here's Lindquist for three. No good. And there's going to be a whistle on the floor. That's going to be a foul against Woodland Park once more. And so with 4:02 left to go in this second quarter, Eric Pollard heading to the stripe as the foul happened under the basket. Lindquist now is going to take a seat on the bench for a moment. So you've got Kellen Adams on the floor as well as Jackson Metzler, Connor Hansen, Ethan Piles, and Eric Pollard rounding out the five. Pollard, free throw, he's got it. Little miscommunication there. Woodland Park thought that he was only taking one. They take it out of bounds, give it back to the referee. Now Pollard gets a second one. 17-3 Sailors lead, looking to start the year 1-0. Pollard hits the second one. So the junior, who I know was a little bit shaky mentally in that Golden tournament, that preseason tournament, he looks pretty solid here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric has worked super hard all offseason, and he's really rounded out his game, actually put in quite a few nice post moves, and on the defensive end, there's little to any people that I know that could out-rebound this kid.
And so Ethan Piles driving in, floater, no good there. That ball's going to bounce around on the floor. Piles somehow tiptoes along the baseline, comes up with it. Now it's over to Connor Hansen. Back to Piles. He's going to fake this one along the far side. Cross-court pass over to Metzler. Metzler now loses footing for a moment, looks for someone to go, gives it to Kellen Adams. Working around the horn. It's going to be back to Piles. Piles gets double-teamed. Over to Hansen. They're just going to slow it down now as they get the play from Mikey. Piles in the corner. Gets double-teamed again. Runs out of it. Finds Kellen Adams at the top of the key. Now it's Hansen on the other end getting double-teamed. Inside now, and they find Pollard. He's going to get tied up. That's going to be a jump ball. And so a good effort from Woodland Park. That was Chris Riley getting tied up with a big 6'7" Eric Pollard under the basket, and they're going to award this ball to Woodland Park. That's a great defensive effort there. Woodland Park looking to throw it in. Sailors going to call off the dogs here, drop back. No full court presses. We run with 3:02 left to play in the second quarter, 18-13. And this will be Vaughn Ray. Ray looks inside, finds his man. That's Marcus Islin. He puts up a shot, and that's a nice little lay in there for Islin. So Islin averaging 19 and a half a game so far this season. Three ball there from your brother, Ryan, as Connor Hansen makes it rain from downtown. Like I was saying, 19 and a half points per game for Marcus Islin. The next closest player in the conference has 7. I mean, this kid's the real deal. Going into this game, what do you think is what's the main? Oh, what a pass there from Ethan Piles, and he finds Connor Hansen for the lay-in. Like I was talking about, Ryan, when you're talking about defending someone like Marcus Islin, and you talk to Coach Mikey, who's the main defensive player that they're going to have match up on these high scores?
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely going to have Dawson working into that rotation guarding Marcus, because he's a dual threat. He can finish inside as well as outside. He's got a really nice stroke from 3. But also wouldn't be surprised if you see Jackson Metzler out there guarding him.
And so it'll be Hansen now back to Piles, as he makes a nice little nifty pass. Metzler for 3, and he makes it rain from the far side. Jackson Metzler, the junior, putting up some points. Sailors taking a commanding lead now, 26-18. Let's see if Islin can do something with it. He steps back, pulls the tray. Looks like Piles might have got a finger on that. It's saved from going out of bounds, and the Sailors are working once more in the offensive zone. Here's Hansen, stutter step. They're going to get him for a travel. I think that's a questionable call. And we're going to have a timeout from the Sailors. They're playing good basketball here as we run with 1:20 to go in the first half. Woodland Park can have a word, and now they're going to inbound it from the near side. It'll be Isley, number 20 for Woodland Park. Little miscommunication there as he tries to move it to the left side. They're just going to work this ball around the horn. This is Bryson Cox. Now back to Island. He's got Lindquist on him. Island working behind the key, goes behind the back. Great defense there from Lindquist, and they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, and that's just a good example of how versatile a player he is.
That looked like fine defense to me. I'm not sure what they got him on the foul for, but he's going to have to take a seat on the bench now as Kellen Adams comes in. Coach Van Dahl being cautious with his star player. So Woodland Park under the basket now. It's worked over to Bryson Cox. Cox, little handoff. This goes to Tyler Ciccarelli. Now back to Cox near side. Top of the key. It's going to be Vaughn Ray in the corner. Trying to find a shot here is Ray. He steps back, thought about pulling it. Instead gives it back up to his teammate Bryson Cox. Around the corner, here's a 3-ball, and he got it. That's Hunter Peel. And so this game gets a little bit closer now, 28-21. We've got 30 seconds to play here in the first half. It's going to be Connor Hansen, top of the key. Works it over to the near side. Now it's Granger Rowan. Rowan drives it with his left hand, pivots, spins around. Finds Hansen on the far side now. Hansen getting bothered defensively by Ciccarelli. Looks inside. It's going to be Kellen Adams now. We run with 10 seconds to play. Crowd counting down to close out this first half. Kellen Adams trying to make quick work. It's Connor Hansen near side, top of the corner. Puts up a shot, and there's a whistle. So good job there from Connor Hansen with 0.4 seconds on the clock to draw the foul, and he's going to head to the charity stripe and shoot a couple here. That's a high IQ play, Ryan.
Yes, I agree.
So this first half, I know we weren't on the air, but we were still watching this game. What'd you like? What'd you didn't like? What do you think they need to improve on when they go in the locker room?
Yeah, a huge thing that they've improved on just from the tournament in Golden just last week is their offensive and defensive rebounding has gotten tremendously better, with Eric Pollard obviously just going to be a man on the boards, probably 6 inches on the nearest kid. And Eric is not a skinny kid either. Eric has been in the weight room.
Definitely a big boy, as Hansen at the free throw line. Rowan checks in, as does Pollard. So after these free throws, we'll close out this first half, and the buzzer sounds. And that does it here at Kelly Meek Gymnasium. In the first game of the season, your newly branded Sailors are up 27-21. For Ryan Hansen, I'm Lowen Epstein. We'll see you in a few minutes after the break.
Sailor basketball fans, PJ Wharton of Yampa Valley Bank here to thank you for supporting our hometown basketball team. Yampa Valley Bank is proud to support all of our student athletes and to sponsor this broadcast of Steamboat Sailors basketball on KTYV, Sports on FM. Steamboat High School Athletics are an example of our genuine hometown. Yampa Valley Bank, genuine hometown banking. Enjoy the game and go Sailors!
Listen and imagine. It takes 5 seconds to send a text, and for those 5 seconds, you're driving blind. Life is worth more than a text. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Josie Foote and I'm a junior. My number is 33 and I play post. I've played basketball for 4 years. I also like to play soccer. Outside of school and sports, I am involved with NHS and Model UN. I'd like to go to college somewhere on the West Coast, and I will not play sports in college. In 10 years, I see myself having a job, hopefully. My favorite subject in school is math. My favorite movie is Surf's Up. I like this movie because of Chicken Joe. Last summer, I went to France. So in France, I saw the Women's World Cup, and America won. Woo! Go USA! My goals for this season are to score points and not let points in and let George not get mad at me. My goals for life are to have a job somewhere and have a family. What I will remember most about being a sailor is all the good times we had as a team. I'm Josie Foote, a junior, and I'm proud to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hot Stuff Hearth & Home is locally owned and operated, featuring all things heat, fireplaces, stoves, outdoor living, and more, and always providing quality expert service. Give them a call today at 879-7614 to schedule a service appointment or consultation. For a whole new look, Hot Stuff proudly supports Steamboat Sailors basketball and are happy to keep the locals in the valley safe and warm. Hot Stuff Hearth & Home, located just off of Highway 40 next to Walgreens.
The team of Mountain View Car Wash and Detailing Professionals is proud to be supporting Sailor Sports this season. Whether a basic wash or a full detail, we know that the key to providing you with excellent service is teamwork and attention to detail. So while the Sailors are focusing on cleaning up the competition this season, we'll be focusing on cleaning up your vehicle. With affordable washes and a wide variety of detail services, we have the game plan to fit your budget and needs. We are located at the corner of Highway 40 and Trafalgar Drive. Mountain View Car Wash, where there are no Hail Marys, just awesome touchdown dances.
Managing local land involves balancing resources such as agriculture, water, and wildlife. I'm Brian Ripley, and I have over 16 years of experience managing ranch resources as your neighbor here in Routt County. I'm the Ranch and Rural Property Specialist for the Paoli Group with the support of Colorado Group Realty. Put your trust in someone that has the practical experience and knowledge to help you with all of your ranch, rural, and equine property needs. I aspire to help you reach all of your real estate goals. I'm Brian Ripley, and you can find me at thepaoligroup.com in the ranch division.
Driving means
freedom,
Exploration,
fun,
pride,
flexibility,
travel,
protection,
friendship,
escape,
independence.
distracted driving means
danger,
Recklessness,
irresponsible,
chaos, police, devastation, injury,
tears, death.
safe driving means staying alert and staying alive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hi, my name's Katie. I'm number 11, and I'm a senior this year. I play shooting guard, point guard, and I also like to run cross country and play lacrosse. Outside of school and sports, I'm also... Actually, no, I don't have a life outside of school and sports. I would like to go to college at School of Mines, probably. I think. I'm really not sure yet. That's a hard question. Will I play in college? Probably not. In 10 years, I have no idea where I see myself. I can't even figure out where I want to go to college, so... My favorite movie isn't Spider-Man Homecoming anymore. I found a new movie. I saw Spider-Man Homecoming, by the way. Something About Mary. I think it's called Something About Mary. No, is that the name of the movie? Can we look this up? It's something like that. It's the fun funniest movie I've ever watched. Please go watch it. Last summer, oh my gosh, I went to a nerd camp at School of Mines, and it was the greatest experience ever. Absolutely loved it. And my goal for the season is to be able to play. I tore my ACL in April, so I hope that I am able to get back and play this year. And my goals for life are to be happy. And what I remember most about being a sailor is my time with my team and all the team dinners that we've had and all the opportunities they've taken to make fun of me. My name's Katie. I'm a senior in high school, and I'm proud to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
I'm Terry. And this is Phil from Russell's Auto Salon.
If you need help with your auto collision repair, we make it easy. Just bring me an email and a claim number, and I'll take care of the rest.
Russell's Auto Salon, Colorado's premier collision center, leading the industry in technology, where we have gone green with Enviro-based paint, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors Sports.
Russell's Auto Salon, where we always meet by accident. 879-1515.
Russell's Auto Salon.
879-1515.
Steamboat Ace is a proud sponsor of the Steamboat Sailors. That's not the only way Ace supports the kids in our community.
Hi, Bridget here from Steamboat Ace. We are so proud to be a part of the Steamboat community. It's our priority to support and encourage positive activities and hobbies for our youth.
How do you do that?
In addition to local scholarships, Ace invites the sailor community to fundraise for their activity or club by providing a great venue and supplies to host a hot dog or bake sale.
I love it. Every weekend I can shop at Ace and support a great cause.
Steamboat Ace, you're proud to support the Steamboat Sailors shopping place.
Hi, Steamboat friends. This is Charlie Green from Mountain Mattress and Furniture. Do you ever notice how grumpy your parents get when house guests arrive? Or how mean your big sister gets when you have to share her room for the weekend? I've got the secret to keep everyone happy. Stop by Mountain Mattress and Furniture on Loggers Lane for the best price and selection on Serta, Tempur-Pedic, and Simmons mattresses. Plus a great selection of linens and even comfy mattresses for the pull-out couch. If everyone sleeps, everyone stays happy, and a great mattress from Mountain Mattress and Furniture is the secret.
Celebrations, formerly known as In Celebration of Kids, is open Wednesday through Sunday from 11 to 7. Check out the brand new candy store with nostalgic goodies and awesome additions to the arcade like air hockey, Dig Dug, and more. Celebrations has a great selection of kids' toys, apparel, and gifts. The cafe upstairs offers 25 flavors of Hawaiian shaved ice. Book your party today at steamboatcelebrations.com or call 879-3333. Celebrations, located in downtown Steamboat. Fun for kids of all ages.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hi, I'm Rose Epstein, and I'm a junior at Steamboat Springs High School. I'm number 32, and I play the post position. I've played since middle school and all throughout high school so far. I also like to mountain bike in the summer and hang out with my friends. Outside of school and sports, I'm also involved in helping my brother who's special needs. In 10 years, I see myself in school, just working probably and trying to make a living. My favorite subject in school right now is math, probably because it's a challenge, but I also really like it. My favorite movie is Bridesmaids because it's all I can always laugh. Last summer, I mountain bike raced like every weekend, and it was super fun. My favorite race was probably Powderhorn because we had a lift service access, and I got second place. My goal for this season is to average more points than I did last year, probably 2 points a game. What I'll remember most about being a sailor is all my friends I made and the sports that keep us a family. I'm Rose Epstein, I'm a junior in high school, and I'm proud to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
This is Steamboat Sailors Basketball, brought to you by Yampa Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, The Corner Slice, Mountain View Car Wash, Russell's Auto Salon, Steamboat Ace Hardware, UC Health at Yampa Valley Medical Center, Chris Puckett at the downtown Edward Jones office, Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rentals, and Mountain Mattress and Furniture.
Now let's go to the booth for the call of Steamboat Sailors Basketball.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lone Epstein along with Ryan Hansen here at Kelly Meek Gymnasium. The Steamboat Springs Sailors are opening up this 2019-2020 season against Woodland Park in what has been a good game so far, Ryan. 27-21. What did you see that you liked from the Sailors in that first half?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're playing a lot of team defense, really relying on each other to switch over screens and things like that. But also, the offensive and defensive rebounding is significantly better than it was in their tournament last week.
And those are all pluses as the Sailors look to run away with this one in the second half. If you're Woodland Park, what's the main focal point? What's the main thing you think you need to stop if you're Woodland Park thinking defensively?
As far as defense goes for Woodland Park, they definitely need to figure out the whole Eric Pollard situation. Eric having a huge game, 9 points in the first 2 quarters, really filling out his role as the starting center of the Sailors team.
As the Sailors, a completely new look from last year. Let me ask you, Ryan. We're about ready to get set to check into a new year. We're about to dive into a new decade, and at the same time, we're ushering in what seems to be a new era of Steamboat Springs basketball. One that seemingly doesn't include Tyler Dorn, one that doesn't include Aiden Knaus, and one that doesn't include Mac Lineker. Talk about what are the kind of the expectations in the locker room for this year. I know it's always been winning a championship, but what's the biggest goal for this team this season?
I think the biggest goal for this team is to really mesh together. You know, we have a lot of guys coming up from the JV ranks, filling out spots better than I'd say most expected to. And just getting that fine-tuning done is certainly something they're looking to do.
Surely, as it looks this far, here's a deep 3 from Ethan Piles. Hits nothing but backboard there. Falls harmlessly to the hardwood, and it's going to be Woodland Park the other way. Trading threes, and Woodland Park hits it. That's Janik Klussman as he hits a big shot there. Now we're whittling down to a 3-point game, 7:33 to play in the third quarter. Here's Lindquist near side, top corner. He's going to send a cross-court pass over to Ethan Piles. Fakes, Euros, and tries to get in for it. Nothing doing there. Gets his own rebound. They're going to spin this around the horn now. It'll be Lindquist driving in with his left hand, and he's going to go up for the layup and get fouled. So Dawson Lindquist heading to the free throw line for 2, 27-24. Lindquist looking to be a force this season. Granger Rowan on the court as he's going to start this second half for the Sailors as well. Rowan, I know, a pretty dead shot 3-point shooter. He got some varsity minutes last year in blowout situations. Talk about Granger Rowan for a minute. Just what does he bring to the table that you think could be helpful for this Sailors team?
Yeah, of course. Granger Rowan really locked in from 3, especially, catch and shoot situations, low post, the corner, that kind of area. But also, one of the better defenders on this Sailors team. Can really take away any player of the opposition.
So an errant pass there after the free throws as Woodland Park. That was Marcus Island just having a little miscommunication, throwing it off the back of his own teammate. Sailors are going to get another offensive opportunity here, as it'll be Ethan Piles moving left to right on your radio dial. Skims a pass against the sideline. Now it's going to be Connor Hansen driving in, puts up a layup, no good. Tipped out, though, and Dawson Lindquist is able to put one up in the rebound category. Lindquist drives in, left hand pump fake, tries to flip it to Pollard, goes out of bounds. It'll be Woodland Park ball.
Yeah, and that just shows Dawson Lindquist is absolutely tenacious on the offensive side of the ball. Getting rebounds, doing everything he can to help out his squad.
And so Woodland Park trying to slow it down here, as this is going to be Sonny Ciccarelli, the brother of Tiger Ciccarelli, taking it up the floor for him. It'll be Ciccarelli putting up a shot from 3, brushes the edge of the net, and Piles is able to run under that like a receiver. Here's Rowan on the other end for 3. Off the front iron, no good. Quickly now, fast break opportunity. It's going to be Ciccarelli, and he puts it in for a nice layup there. So Sonny Ciccarelli trying to close the gap. Now a 1-point lead for the Sailors. It's going to be bombed all the way down to Connor Hansen. He flips around on the baseline, turns his hips and passes it to Lindquist, and he tries to find Pollard inside, and again the Sailors come up empty. So a few empty possessions now for the Sailors as they drop back on defense. Crossover dribble for Ciccarelli. Pull up Jay. Toilet bowls out, and Granger Rowan is there for the board. Pushing the pace now, it's going to be Piles. Nice pass into the corner, finds Lindquist. Now it's Hansen driving, and a nice little floater off the box there. So a fast-paced second half for both teams as the Sailors end the streak of empty possessions in the offensive zone. Here's a shot from Joey Babin. Can't knock that one down. Piles now. Nifty pass. Hansen for three. No good off the back rim. And a foul's going to be called here. 5:22 left to play. And it's going to be a holding foul against Woodland Park. And now the Sailors are going to take a timeout. So as we sit here, Ryan, 29-26, 5:22. The scoreboard's in my way. 5:22 left to play here in this third quarter of action, Want to say a quick shout out to some of our sponsors here on KTYV 98.9, KTYV 105.7 rather, Sports on FM. The Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank, member FDIC. Alpine Lumber, employee owned and operated, the contractor's choice, the homeowner's friend. Mountain View Car Wash, helping the Sailors clean the competition between town and McDonald's on Highway 40. Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop where you always meet by accident. You can call Russell's Auto Salon at 879-1515. And Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. Again, you're listening to Sports on KTYV 105.7. You can also find us terrestrially on SteamboatRadio.com where we have the live stream up. Nice rebound there from Granger Rowan. Tries to find Piles for the putback three. Instead, he's going to drive in. Pull up Jay. 10-footer. Got it. Piles counts 12 today. How many does he got?
That would be his first 2 points of the game, I believe.
And so Piles doing work defensively. Nice effort there as Island comes up with a rebound for Woodland Park. He's going to post up now. Fadeaway jumper. Can't hit that. That's a tough shot. And Pollitt's going to get the board and draw the foul.
Yeah, and like you said, it is a new team, but I know Coach Van Dahl really ushers in the same ideals throughout every season, that the idea of hustle and defense really gets the offense going for the Sailor squad.
Any defensive effort that's good always amps the crowd up, breathes energy into the gym. And so Jackson Metzler is going to throw this one in for the Sailors in the defensive zone. Woodland Park's going to call the dogs on, put the full court press, throws it down to his 6'7" big man. That's Pollard. He's going to drive in, put up a shot, no good, and he's going to go toe-to-toe with Island now, who comes out with it, almost called a jump ball. Now Island working with a crossover dribble. He's going to get by one and shoot the three. Why don't you? As that is Ciccarelli who buries it. 29-31 now. It's a 2-point game. Here come the Sailors. It's going to be Lindquist driving in. Euro step, fadeaway. Can't get it to go. And Woodland Park looks to slow things down. It's going to be Ciccarelli, near side top corner, working versus Metzler. Here's Island, deep three. Bang, he hits it. Marcus Island, big numbers. Puts his team up by one. Full court press for Woodland Park. It'll be worked in the corner. Here's Pollard under the basket. No effort needed. 33-32, Sailors back the other way. It's going to be Woodland Park in the gray jerseys. So here we go. Joey Babin in the corner. Gives this one over to Chris Riley. Riley now over to Island. Island trying to run off the pick. He's got Lindquist on him. And Lindquist will not relent as a missed layup there from Woodland Park as Joey Babin can't connect there. And now a whistle's going to be called, and Granger Rowan's going to come in for Dawson Lindquist. Did he get another foul? No.
I'm not sure yet. They haven't
updated it. They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet. So Woodland Park throwing it in from the baseline. It's going to be Island in the corner. Drives the baseline, puts up a shot, and that's going to be another whistle called. So it looks like Island is going to head to the free throw line. That one was on Granger Rowan, and Island's going to shoot. 3:11 left to play. Sailors up by one, 33-32. Looking to start this year off 1-0 as directly after this broadcast, the Sailors girls will be playing here at Kelly Meek as well. Ryan and I will be on the call for that one. Ethan Pyle's going to sub out here, so will Pollard. Lindquist comes back in. So your Sailors on the floor. You've got Jackson Metzler, Devin Crawford, Dawson Lindquist, Granger Rowan, and Kellen Adams. Young lineup here on the floor right now, as the lone senior is Dawson Lindquist. Here's a big, deep pass. A jump ball is going to go out of bounds. They're going to say it last touch by Woodland Park. Sailors retain possession. So Devin Crawford will throw it in now from the far side. In front of the Steamboat student section. Pretty good turnout here tonight for the first game of the season. Kellen Adams now working around the big S in the center of the court. Give it over to Granger Rowan. Now top of the key. It's going to be worked around the horn. In the corner, Devin Crawford thought about taking a shot. Instead gives it inside. That's going to be Lindquist. He makes a nice little move, puts it up, and that one just barely trickles out. Woodland Park comes away with it. So now the other way. Looks like Park might be trying to speed this game up, as Islin is going to send it cross court. Nice little move there from Vaughn Ray. He tries to duck a defender. Instead kicks it out back to Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli now working versus Jackson Metzler. Near side, top corner. No look pass, cross court. Here's a shot for three. No good, as that was Chris Riley who couldn't connect there. Sailors back the other way. Crawford over to Lindquist. Lindquist holds it above his head. Now gives it over to Granger Rowan. In the corner. Here's a shot. Kellen Adams. And it's saved from going out of bounds. It was an air ball. And this game is just looking extremely just... This game is a sloppy mess right now, as kids are on the floor. Just a tumultuous couple of seconds there as finally someone calls a timeout. 33-34, $1:57 on the clock in the third. And the Sailors are going to have a word with Coach Van Dahl.
Yeah, nice little hustle play by Jackson Metzler and Dawson Lindquist. A little tandem right there. Dawson poked it out. Jackson quickly dove as fast as he could to the ground, and Coach Van Dahl always on his toes, called that timeout just quick enough.
Good timeout from Van Dahl. 33-34. I mean, what do the Sailors need to do here? A lot of empty possessions, I know, but it looks like they're just missing a lot of simple under-the-basket type of things. We saw Eric Pollard miss a few close-up lay-in shots. We saw Dawson Lindquist do the same thing.
Obviously they come out expecting to make all their bunnies and shots like that on the inside, but they're getting really good looks working off of Eric Pollard, actually. He's drawing the double on the inside now. That leaves someone open. We're getting some pretty nice cuts going, but sadly enough, they just aren't falling.
So the Sailors are going to inbound it. It'll be Connor Hansen. Pump fake at the black line. I think they called his bluff on that. It's going to be Kellen Adams now handling it. He's going to draw the double dribble with his left hand, turn back around, flip his hips, gives it over to Rowan. Rowan inside to Lindquist, pump fake. He's going to drive in now, put up a shot. That's going to be blocked. Rowan with the rebound, and the putback's good. So the Sailors take the lead again, 35-34, and an errant pass there, as it was nearly intercepted by Lindquist. Rolls off his foot, though. And Ciccarelli's going to come out here. His brother Tiger will step in for him, as Piles comes back on the floor as well. And it'll be Vaughn Ray throwing it in for Woodland Park. He's going to find Islin. Back over to Ray. Nice little spin move inside. Puts up a pass, and it's going to be bounced along the floor for a bit. Islin somehow finds it in the paint, and the and one plays good. So Marcus Islin, who if you looked at him is not anything physically intimidating. He's a great player, but he's not an Eric Pollard where he's standing at 6'7". He's got a nice game though. He's got good IQ, he's got quick feet, he's got good handles, and that's why he's able to put up so many points a game, and he gets to the rack just like that. So Islin with the free throw connects, and Woodland Park goes up by 2. 1:17 left to go in the third. 37-35. Woodland Park leading this one. Sailors inbounding it. They will not call off the Dogs, as Woodland Park is still in full court press mode. It'll be Ethan Piles trying to find the open man. Hansen for three, rims out. Chasing the rebound, it's Pollard into the corner. Again, it's going to be Rowan. He gets trapped, finds a wide open Kellen Adams for two. And the junior ties the ball game up, 37 all, 50 seconds to go in the third. Here we go for Tiger Cigarelli. Gives it out back to Island. He's going to take a breath, slow this one down. Little hesitation move in the corner. It's Hunter Peel getting bothered by Kellen Adams, trying to find the open man. It's Cigarelli. Now back to Ray. Ray in the corner for three, no good. Rebound Sailors. 20 seconds on the clock. Crowd loving it. Kellen Adams drives in, puts up a floater. Almost looked like he wanted an oop there as that falls harmlessly off the backboard into the arms of Island, but not before they call a whistle here. And Jackson Metzler will check back in for Kellen Adams.
Island showing his basketball IQ right there, getting the box out on Eric Pollard to secure the rebound right there. Just got it tipped out, unfortunately.
So the Sailors in the offensive zone. Bad pass there from Granger Rowe, and that'll result in a turnover. And now we've got 6 seconds on the clock. Here's a deep three from Woodland Park. Rims out, no good. And this ball's going to be on the ground. Last second attempt, and that can't hit either, as Hunter Peel was looking to put up a buzzer beater effort. So as we head into the fourth quarter here, it's 37-37. Sailors with a lacking third quarter. Could have put up a lot of more points than they did. Either way, they're still in this ball game. And in these clutch situations, if you're Coach Van Dahl, Ryan, where are you going?
I think you really got to look it over to maybe Ethan Piles, kind of Connor Hansen, that kind of stretch the floor out, maybe get Eric and Dawson some better inside looks, have to draw the defenders out, not let them pack into the paint so much. And also defensively, Sonny Cicerelli, the hot hand right now with 8 points on the third quarter, coming into the game averaging 7.5 per game. He is surely having a good night.
Good night for both the Cicerelli brothers, honestly. Tiger Cicerelli and Sonny Cicerelli. Tiger a junior, Sonny a freshman. Both getting some varsity minutes here this evening as we get set for fourth quarter action. I want to say another quick shout out to some of our sponsors here on KTYV 105.7 and on the World Wide Web at SteamboatRadio.com. The Paoli Group. If you're searching for your own prime real estate, give them a call at 870-0552. Celebrations. Formerly in celebration of kids is fun for kids of all ages. Check out brand new arcade games, 1,600 square foot candy store, and 25 flavors of Hawaiian shaved ice plus more. Schedule your party today at SteamboatCelebrations.com. And Hot Stuff Hearth and Home is located, owned, and operated, featuring all things fireplaces, stoves, outdoor living, and more, and always quality expert service. Back to the game now. A whistle right off the bat as it's going to be a change of possession. I'm not sure. Did you see the call there?
Yeah, that was Ethan Piles actually surprisingly locked up at the top of the key. Got a 5-second call, so that's a turnover for the Sailors.
So a 5-second call for the Sailors, and it's going to be Woodland Park. What a pass inside there, and it's batted away. Granger Rowan had it in his possession, but he stepped out of bounds, and so Marcus Island and Woodland Park are going to get another opportunity here. In the offensive zone for Woodland Park. Devin Crawford looking to check in soon, and one play there as that ball bounced on the rim. That reminded me of Kawhi Leonard's shot. And Tiger Cicerelli is going to head to the free throw line for two. Has he got one? And so some switch-ups here. Connor Hansen going to take a seat. Devin Crawford checks in the game. Your five on the floor for the Sailors. You've got Granger Rowan, Devin Crawford, Ethan Piles with the ball, Eric Pollard, and Jackson Metzler. As it'll be Metzler at the top of the key. Over to Crawford, inside to Pollard, and that's an and-one play on the other end for the Sailors. So Eric Pollard has a chance to tie it at 40 here after Island made the other free throw on the opposite end. Piles and Metzler having some words with Coach Van Dahl. Pollard at the free throw line. Is Pollard a good shooter from the free throw line?
This summer Eric really worked on his stroke. Being 6'7", obviously he's got longer arms and it's harder for taller people to shoot, surely. And Coach Meeks obviously and Michael Van Dahl got in the gym with him every single day this summer and really perfected his stroke, specifically his free throw stroke, as he misses one.
And so Pollard misses his free throw. Woodland Park with a play to Piles actually came in and tipped it off of a Woodland Park player, but he stepped out of bounds beforehand. So Woodland Park will take the ball here. 7:23 to play, 40-39. Sailors down by 1. It's going to be Joey Babin taking it up past half court. He's guarded by Devin Crawford. Now working around, it's going to be Bryson Cox. Cox with a handoff to Island. Island pulls the mid-range J, no good there. Crawford flies in for the rebound. Sailors working it. Piles threads the needle. Travel on Eric Pollard. And so another turnover for the Sailors as Dawson Lindquist checks in the game. Crawford comes out. Lindquist comes in as the Sailors look for some sort of impact on the offensive end. Woodland now handling it. It'll be Sonny Ciccarelli. Working around the horn, into the bottom corner. Now back up top to Ciccarelli. Looking for the open man. Here's Bryson Cox. Cox. Now to Babin. Babin top of the key, guarded by Lindquist. And the double team almost pulled off. Metzler comes away with it. He's on the floor. They get tied up. Jump ball. This should be going. Is this going to the Sailors? It should. I think. I don't know if do they have that right? I don't know if they have that right. I think this should be going to the Sailors, but they're going to award this possession to Woodland Park, and Joey Babin throws it in before any further questions are needed. So Sonny Ciccarelli now on the far side. Errant pass there as it's tipped out by Granger Rowan. Woodland Park will retain possession. 39-40, 6:29 to play in the fourth quarter. And we're going to see a timeout from Woodland Park.
Big change on the offensive side for Woodland Park. Marcus Iceland not bringing the ball up anymore. They've actually handed over the duty to Sonny Ciccarelli. Marcus working off the ball, trying to get some good open shots.
So Sonny Ciccarelli is handling the ball for Woodland Park. What do you think about that?
You know, he's actually come out and shown a lot of promise, especially as a young ninth grader coming into a varsity opener like this. He's really got his stuff together playing the home team.
So coaching decisions here for Woodland Park. We'll see how Coach Van Dahl adapts to them. 40-39, like I said, this is a close ball game. Sailors would love to get out of here with a win. And if they do get a win, they'll be playing the winner of Conifer and Northridge. That game not till 8:15 tonight. They'll play the winner of that tomorrow at 8:15 if the Sailors win this ball game. If they end up losing this ball game, they'll play the loser of that game at 4:45 tomorrow as Island puts up a shot there over the head of two Sailors players. 42-39. 6:20 and counting. Sailors need some quick work here as it's going to be Piles. Bounce pass over to Lindquist. Now back to Piles. He's just sizing his defender up. Here's Lindquist for three. No good, and they haven't been able to connect on a lot of those tonight, the Sailors. And so Ciccarelli slows it down for Woodland Park. 42-39, Sailors down. Here's Bryson Cox. Now over to Mabin. Mabin working, wide open lane along the baseline, and he throws that one in, touches bottom. 44-39. Sailors falling behind here as it's going to be Lindquist. Drives in, doesn't have any room. Kicks it back out to Piles. Goes between his back, in between his legs. Finds Metzler in the corner. Now it's back to Piles. Thought about pulling it. And here's Lindquist along the baseline. He loses the ball, and he's looking for someone to go. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Woodland Park, and the Sailors get lucky there.
We got a defensive change from Woodland Park, actually switching to a 2-3 zone, kind of keying on Eric Pollard, trying to really get him out of the lane so he can't secure every single offensive rebound.
So Piles in the corner, working, makes a nice move, puts up a shot, and that's going to be a foul. He couldn't get the bucket to drop, but he will head to the free throw line. A go-ahead, full-steam play by Ethan Piles. That's what I'm saying, Ryan. In a situation like this, you're down by 5 points. You've got 5 minutes in the game. In a situation like this, you know, you're used to seeing Mac Riniker going in every time and trying to put up as many shots as he can, trying to put this team on his back. This is a whole different wavelength that this Sailors team is on, as someone's finally got to take charge here.
Yeah, exactly, and as Devin Crawford checks back into the game here, they got to keep moving the ball around. There's not one go-to guy, as you said, Mac Riniker, Tyler Ludorn, those kind of guys heading out last year, and it is an offensively talented team, though. Ethan Piles, Connor Hansen on the wing, Eric Pollard, Bruisen on the inside, and off the bench there's a surprising amount of offensive talent as well. Parker Lindquist got a nice shot. A lot of talent coming up.
So the Sailors in the midst of a timeout. When we come back, Piles still has free throws to shoot. 44-39. Sailors looking for someone to hit some big shot. I have a feeling it's probably going to be Ethan Piles. Piles' count tonight was 12. For all of you who don't know, we ask Ethan Piles every game how many points he thinks he's going to score, and he gives us a number. Today that number was 12. And the Piles check. He's currently at 2. Trying to make it 3. Piles wearing number 5 for the Sailors. Did your brother switch his number 2?
Yeah, Ethan Piles switching from 23 to 5, as well as Connor Hansen switching from 2 to 3.
So Piles realizes he's not Michael Jordan, and Connor Hansen thinks that he's Ray Allen. And Ethan Piles hits the first free throw. He'll get one more. 5:16 on the clock. Sailors hit the 40-point mark, and Piles makes both of them. That's big-time free throws from the senior. 44-41. Sailors down by 3 now. It's going to be Mabin taking it up for Woodland Park. Mabin working, almost stolen away on the floor. It's pulled out, and Ciccarelli comes up with it. He's got it at the top of the key. Guarded by Devin Crawford. Now gives it off to Babin. Babin guarded by Metzler. Crossover dribble. Drives in. He's got 2 on him. He's reaching. He's tied up. Is it a jump ball? This one's got to be going to the Sailors, and indeed it will be.
Yet again, Jackson Metzler just getting in there. Absolutely a scrappy player. Always has been. He's got lateral quickness like I've never seen before on the defensive end.
Sailors trying to break the full court press. It's going to be Granger Rowan, cross court, over to Metzler, quick pass, pump fake, Lindquist, outside, it's going to be Piles, drives in, Euro step, got it. What a pretty play by Ethan Piles as he drives in and cut that defense like butter. 44-43, it's a 1-point game, folks. Whistle on the floor here, Metzler takes a spill. Man, Ethan Piles, that was quite the drive through the lane.
Absolutely, an acrobatic finish to be sure on 2 defenders, getting past one of them and just getting it up with the right from the left side, mistiming the defender's tendencies to go up and block that shot. It was a really nice finish.
And it's going to be up in the air, a stop here off the inbounds pass from the Sailors, and they're going to say Connor Hansen had an over and back, and I disagree with that. I don't think that was the right call. It did not look like Hansen went across the midcourt line at all. No way. I disagree with that.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have established position across half court.
He didn't even step across court.
Exactly.
And so it's a change of position. And Piles steals it away, and it's going to go out of bounds. And so Woodland Park in front of the Sailors student section. They're getting a mouthful there. 4:22 left to play, 44-43. It's going to be Ciccarelli. It's stolen away again, and so the Sailors with 3 clutch defensive possessions. Now Ethan Piles moving left to right on your radio dial is going to slow it down. Here's Hansen, draws the double, swivels his hips.